and welcome back to Love Your Food. This week we have a really super simple and delicious fry bread recipe for you. Now this is based on some traditional indigenous recipes that date back to the Long Walk and it's typically called Navajo Frybread or sometimes Choctaw Frybread. And traditionally it would have been powdered milk, but we're using fresh milk, and here's our ingredients. So we have some AP flour, some milk, and again it would have been more traditional to use powdered, but we had fresh. Some salt and some baking powder. It's really simple. There's not much to this one. And it also doesn't get a lot of work done to it. We're not trying to form a lot of gluten. So we're going to combine all of our dry ingredients. Well, we're going to combine the flour and the baking powder. And just get those well combined until they're mixed together really well. You want to make sure there's no lumps or anything. You can sift this if you want it. We're just going to use a fork. Then we're going to add the salt into the milk and give that a little stir to make sure it's well dissolved. And once we've got that ready, we are going to just add the milk into our flour and baking powder mixture. And I'm going to show you the entire mixing process because it takes almost no time at all. It's very simple. And again, we want to only mix it until it comes together as a dough because we don't want to form a whole lot of gluten or anything like that. It's a very tender bread. So you can see we're just going to slowly start folding the flour into the milk, and it starts coming together almost immediately. You can see it starts becoming a dough very fast, and it's going to be a pretty rough dough. It's going to be very shaggy at first, and then when it comes together, it sort of all comes together at once, as you can see here. It's very quick. So there's no cuts there. That was the entire stirring process to get from the raw ingredients right to the dough. Now we're not going to need this. We're not going to work it or anything like that. All we're going to do is form it into the flatbread. So we're going to divide it into two roughly equal parts. Now we're not going to be using the deep fryer for this because honestly these pieces are a little bit bigger than our deep fryer can handle. So we're just going to put this into our cast iron Dutch oven with, we're using just regular vegetable oil to fry in. So whatever your preferred frying medium is. And again, we're not trying to work it. We're not trying to knead it. You can see it's not sticking all that much. It's come together quite nicely. And we're just going to push it out into sort of a roughly round-ish shape. It doesn't have to be perfect. And after that, we're just going to drop that right into the fry oil. You can see right away the bubbles start coming up. You want to make sure your fry oil is good and hot. If the temperature is too low, it will soak a lot more oil into the dough, and it'll end up coming out greasy. If your oil is good and hot, you'll get this beautiful brown, sort of golden crust on the outside, and the inside will be fluffy, and it will not hold on to any of that grease. So once it's good and golden on both sides and nice and crispy, we're just going to take that out, let it drain, and that's basically it. From here, we're just going to layer some salad on it. So we use this to make almost tacos out of the Three Sisters salad that we did last week, and it came out delicious. So a little bit of green veggies down there, a little bit of that Three Sisters salad, some of those beautiful toasted pecans, and that's it. That's the whole thing. Really super simple. Again, deep frying, always holds a little bit of mess involved. And you don't have to make it this big. You can make them smaller, certainly, and put them in a deep fryer, like a countertop deep fryer. But we hope you'll give this one a try. If you like this recipe, please do like and subscribe. And if you have any recipes you'd like to see Chef Caleb try on the channel, please let us know in the comments below. And remember to love your food.